Into our third game of the day, Derby. Let's go. Are you ready?
Yeah, definitely going to be a good drop zone here. I wasn't able to talk too much about it here, but it looks like some players are going to stand kind of in the same place, especially OUG, which OUG ends up getting absolutely just whirlwind as the king by himself here. Looks like Wolves is going to most likely push him unless they don't actually see him here, but it looks like Wolves and OUG is going to be standing in the same place by themselves here. Meanwhile, for some of the other teams, it was a lot going on here inside of that area here. It looks like WBG is able to, JDG is actually able to capture, whoa, catches two. Looks like he's about to capture a 30 or Sleepwalker ends up getting out as well here towards that one. Goodness gracious. Started attacking with a little bit of some anger in there as well here. Nice swipe coming in through, looks like from the long sword as well here. Gonna try to see if maybe they can time out towards it, even with that beautiful hits towards that with TE's Leo. Gonna end up catching the juggle here, but it looks like XCG might potentially steal that elimination away and actually might eliminate Triple V out of this one as well. Now HQ catches the elimination. Both of them are gonna capture this on the outstretch. One Fang just trying to see if he can get anything, but it's not gonna be enough. XCG with a lot of bullying power, a lot of aggression, and a lot of pressure as Night Q is able to capture another elimination onto TE's Han. Both the reses being absolutely detrimental. Kakaxi catches another one. He captures two. And man, they're starting off strong. Same with Wolves. Wolves is able to capture another elimination as well. KLA stuck in a tough situation. Oh, CXZ gets hit. Wow! Almost dangerously hit by the Bane's Breath as well here. And it looks like he's going to catch him on the right side of this corner here. Not able to do too much here. Just maneuvering it little by little here. And it looks like JDG might be able to come through with a third party as well of his own. Potentially, CXZ trying to hold strong. Wow! Still gets hit by the Bane's Breath as well. Not looking good as Tut finishes and gets the elimination off of that as well. What a strong hit coming in from the team.
Hey, this is still rather dangerous, though. They are sitting inside of this Moonbane and this Bane's Breath. It could be pretty rough for them, but they're not afraid. They are not deterred. However, it looks as though KLA... Oh, no! The teleport comes through. And they get caught. But OUG also going to be taking down a member of Wolves here. Everything's just going crazy here. KLA Cuckoo does just barely manage to make it out alive, avoiding that final turret shot from the Ferrier mech to Tick. He's hot on his heels, though. He's chasing him down. It looks as though... Ooh! No way! ZDI doesn't properly check the bush, and Cuckoo...
Whoa!
He's going to go unnoticed. He's still alive.
Shot a bow into that bush. I don't...
Yeah, and his teammate also sent a blue focus into it, but it just missed him as well. Just barely. Oh, but we're going to be going over to JJH and XCG, scrapping out Godley on that monk, ready to transform at a moment's notice. The Farrier roll is in use here, and NiHQ, unfortunately, he's just not able to stay alive. He's not able to take down one of the enemy players before he gets taken down himself. OUG, crouched, lurking, ready to pounce on JDG. They've spotted them in the distance.
Almost was able to, though. I mean, he really got caught up for a split second here. That would have not been good. That would have not been good. That would have not been good. We'll try to see, like, kind of where that other momentum starts to come through as well here. I think towards that still could be pretty good here, but let's see if maybe they can work towards that momentum. Kiki able to do something here, and he ends up getting caught here. He's able to pop the Terracotta Warrior, maybe to delay just a little bit of some time here. Nice strikes on Tut, not being able to get a whole lot of damage going, as the Wushin is going to be able to get a little bit. Here comes the Viper, pops the ulti here, is going to make a lot of the players scatter. Tut by himself, caught by the rest of the team here. Tut can't do anything, absolutely delirious and dizzy, as OUG is going to capture the elimination onto him. Here comes the next team coming through as well here. Terracotta Warrior still able to do a decent amount of damage. JDE's Kiki, ooh, getting some nice damage onto the King. King trying to see if maybe he can deplete up out of here, but here comes the Wushin and decides, get out of here. Time to go. Not dealing with that.
Indeed. Oh, you should have seen OUG's SS face there when he took down the Valda there, and he opened up the body to try and loot him. He saw the golden helmets, and you should have seen his face. He was just like gobsmacked. He was like, oh, whoa, I'll take those. Thank you very much. And they're going to be coming away very happy with that one. Picking up a golden weapon on this early on in the game is always a huge bonus for your team's power. going into the mid and late game. Speaking of DRG, on this Karumi variation, taking a rather slow start to this game. I'm not sure if they've had much of a fight so far. None of the players have any kills, nor have lost their rebirths just yet. So looks as though they haven't taken a fight, or at least not a fight that has ended in any players being taken down. Speaking of a fight, we might have a bit of a skirmish happen here between GG and WBG. CJS looking aggressive, grappling quickly, trying to chase down this team. Sleepwalker fends off LXM though with the Zai F3, sending him packing for the moment. CJS now using his own F3. One member avoiding it, the other taking the brunt of it, but it looks as though they're hot on their heels. Axiao now forced to use that ultimate, trying to disengage, trying to keep himself healthy, but it's not looking good at all. Now the enemy material is going to come through, but the F3! Beautifully placed there! But fortunately for him, Axiao is going to survive for the moment with that Mortal Defiance buff there from the ultimate, but it's not going to matter for the team. GG is going to take down Sleepwalker. And it looks as though the rest of the team is going to disengage. WBG trying to disengage fully, grappling as fast as they can of that max grapple distance, but so does LXM. He cancels the grapple of Baige. Baige now. Ooh, sends a boom. Very ambitious, my friend. LXM with the jump parry. He's ready for it. Spaces it out beautifully. LXM chasing him down.
That was rude.
Teleport
that was absolutely rude. He's able to capture it. Gets the slam. LXM with a flawless finish. That was disrespectful. That was
beautiful.
Jump, turnaround parry, and then just gets an absolute disciple of a two-piece hit that damages him to where he's 5 HP, and then he gets for the slam down. That was a fight move type of finisher. This is why I love Naraka Bladepoint. You never know how some of these moments are really going to go in this situation here. Man, what a finish towards that.
That's why I love the heavy sword. That beefy damage coming through off the back of that
but it's
parry.
slow. But if you're perfect
it's slow. The goat of suboptimal right here. Some of you will get that. But back to the game. We've got Tutik here on the Valda, looking to aggress on the shop here. JJH Flames actually taking quite a bit of damage, forced to use that F3, that F1 now. Does get hit by the F3 from a Feria. It looks as though his teammates are ready for it. Chu Li dropping that armor for his teammate so that he doesn't get bursted down. Very good awareness there from JJH. This is the kind of team play that you need to be having in trios to be able to compete at this level. You know, like the people. So here's one thing I just want to talk about. Like one of the biggest reasons why in China they just have such a huge edge over the other regions is just that it comes down to the team play. You know, in EU, NA, all the other regions, you know, a lot of people when they play trios, they don't think about it. Like, they don't think about the big picture. They don't think about the team play as much. They think about it a little bit, but just not enough. Nowhere near to the extent that the Chinese players do, and that is what separates them. And here we are, VVV. He's getting cooked, though, getting focused down by the entire team, consolidating that damage, forced to use his ultimate now. The F from the zipping is going to keep him relatively healthy. VVV still on his feet now, trying to get some value out of this ultimate, trying to do something with it. Doesn't have his F3 up, but the Matari is ready to use the ultimate to reset it at a moment's notice. TXJ having that Matari ult ready to go. He's going to be popping it most likely immediately after VVV uses his next F3. About to pop it. Looking for it. The Fairy Mag's going to stop him. Here it is. Comes through. Now the Matari ult is ready to go. It gets popped now. But unfortunately, it does come out after he's used that F3, so he won't get the reset, unfortunately, but they have taken down a member of JDG already, and it's not looking too good for them now in the 3 versus 2 situation. However, One Fang is taken down very low, and he does get eliminated for the moment. JL have now been equalized in this situation. VVV taking a lot of damage. The F3 is going to come through to buy himself a little bit of time, going to be able to disengage for the moment. The scale rush coming through as well, trying to stay on the move. Two-Tick now in the 1v2 situation. TXJ buying a little bit of time. Two-Tick is going to opt to go for that heal. Has 40% of his ultimate charged up. Might be able to do a little something before it closes out. 15 seconds, 13, 12. He has to try and make something happen, or he has to try and stall them out so that neither team come out victorious. The scale rush is going to come through. 3 seconds left on the clock. One more scale rush, and he's going to stall it out for his team. None of us win. Now both of us have to go to the solo.
None of us are victorious.
Very nicely done by Two-Tick, I have to say, to be able to stall that out. Hey, it's the short handle weapons, bro. The dagger and the fan. They're just that strong in those kind of situations where you need to buy some time, put some distance between you and your pursuers. It's just so unbelievably fast on that scale rush. I have to say, it is the bane of my existence sometimes. Chasing down one of these players when they have a dagger or a fan, a scale rush is just so powerful. But
it's probably really satisfying, though, when you do get those eliminations.
I mean, yeah, it is good. Yeah, you are right. It is really nice to finally take down, a dagger player who's been running away from you. You got a good opener. They're trying to disengage, and you chase them down. It is a good feeling, I have to say. But we've got quite a few teams with Yang depletion now, so this mid game could be rather explosive. 4 teams with Yang depletion, and after the changes to Immortal War, Soul Blooms no longer stay there permanently. They have that timer, so none of these teams have an insurance policy, unfortunately.
A lot really moving towards that here. Still trying to figure it out more and more, but hey, I mean, he still was able to find it. Now it's just about timing and trying to just rotate this in. I mean, look at this. 7 eliminations for JDG so far here. But they're still in this lead. Strong start for JDG. JL moved into 2nd place. Now they're down by 0.3 point margin. 0.3, by the way, as Yeron ends up getting caught by CJ, and now the fight starts to happen. Jing ends up getting thrown inside of this. Nice little bits of hits. Trying to see if maybe they can find something here as he does go for the ulti immediately here. 2 of them ends up getting stunned for a split second here. Oh, nice slams coming through. Oh, peek, and Yeron ends up getting paid for that one, though. Inside of this is CJ and the rest of the team decided to back off this away from the storm here, but it looks like Jing wants the trio to capture this fight yet again, and of course he gets absolutely slacked towards his 330, trying to see if he can find it. Nice hits and the defense coming through. Nice heal from the ultimate coming through as well, as Bowda's trying to keep that same reign. LXM, dangerously low on their shields here. They're going to need something. Oh, the parry comes through from Peak. The nice slam to be able to create that amount of contention and compulsion. Oh, trying to see where that other stretch comes through. Oh, nice magnetic pull. The hits coming in from Yeron has been absolutely discipling. And it's been slamming Jing dangerously low off this 2, trying to see if maybe he can maneuver away from this. The ghost coming through. Bowda takes a 2. Yeron gets a 3-piece out of that realistically. It absolutely shuts it down and catches the finish. That is insane.
Yeah, damn. Holy moly, that blue focus coming out from Yeron absolutely blending the enemy team. Just chucks him in the blender, makes a smoothie, comes away with a Soul Bloom fruit juice ready to go. And he's ready to push forward in this game and picking up 3 eliminations for their team. A bit of a slow start, but they're on the board now, currently sitting in last place. Shortly, very, very close behind TE. So they might be able to overtake them here, take them up off of that bottom spot. But it is going to be a tough fight as none of these teams are going quietly into the night. Speaking of JDG, trying to take down JL here. One Fang caught in a bit of a bad spot. He's already used that ultimate, has no more charge on it, but another beautiful parry coming out now. The pillar is going to come through and lock him down. And Two-Tick is going to be picking up that Soul Bloom. Not really sure why he used this mech here, I have to say. And kind of troll, not gonna lie. What was that? think he may have done it by accident. I'm not too sure about that one. But, hey, you know, we move. 2-tick. Going shopping. JDG going to try and make their way into the zone, but it looks as though ZDI is going to go down to the zone here. Unfortunately. And I think only 2-tick has cleansed the Yang depletion. He does have that ultimate now. He's going to be able to get into the zone. He's not going to be going down. I thought for a second he might go down to that storm damage, but fortunately for him, he did have that ultimate available. One of the huge things about Valda ultimate is that shield counts as health, not as shield. So you can push through the storm damage without a care in the world. But we're going to be having a little bit of a Yang fight coming out soon. But we've got a bit of an engagement here between DRG and OUG. Can OUG take this one, Darby? What do you think?
OUG definitely has some decent momentum right now. They have 3 eliminations in a 17.2, so they do need some work in order for them to really see themselves in like a really good scenario. But I'm not counting them out, knowing how well they have played before. The beautiful slam coming in from Godly as he's able to capture 1 elimination from that. And he finds the grab again from WFZ. Yeah, that's going to be a wrap in terms of that here. Tries to do what he could here, but it's not going to be enough here. As JJH is going to come through victorious inside of that game here. That was a nice little ass whooping and a half, you know. It's sometimes listen. Sometimes it's just not, you know, you talk about it as fast as you watch it in, right? And it's just like, hey, this is really cool. And other times it doesn't really come out that way. You know, it is what it is.
Oh no!
Turnaround slam from double S. Tries to see if he can get away from it, but it's not going to be enough. As NiHQ is able to capture that elimination and get that finish. Looks like the rest of XCG is going to decide to back off this, knowing that JJH coming through with the third party, though. It looks like technically they are ready for it, but with those purple shields, definitely is going to leave them in the wrong area here. And XCG is doing really well. They do not want to risk getting eliminated this early into this game.
Speaking of getting eliminated, 2 members of OUG are down for the count, it seems. I don't think their lone Viper is going to be able to pick up that res, unfortunately. However, we did see it last game. We saw an unlikely res before. It might happen again. But no, unfortunately not. OUG, now 1 man strong, is going to have to try and stay alive as long as possible. Maybe pick up a little bit of money, get themselves a rebirth charm to be able to save their teammates from oblivion. But we'll have to wait and see. DRG now on the chase. They found this last remaining member of OUG, the King. He's trying his best to schmoove out of danger, but it's looking pretty rough. The F3 is going to come through and connect, and there it is. That's all she wrote for OUG. Unfortunately, they're just simply not able to pick it up the pace. Having a rough day of it so far, unfortunately. Not the best performance. And coming out from OUG is rather surprising, considering they've been an extremely strong team in the past. Now, DRG fighting it out against Bowder. Trying to find some openings with this Zaya ultimate. Oh, a very nice use of that flame wave there from WFZ, throwing it through the terrain, as it can go through anything, quite frankly. It just goes through terrain. I have to say, it is extremely strong here. They have lost a member. Xi is down for the moment, but WFZ might be able to clutch this up here, might be able to catch one of these members rotating out of the zone, trying to chase them down. I think Wuxin is now turned around, look for that resurrection on to Xi. However, the realm of Yang depletion is going to be ticking down, and Wuxin is going to be eliminated if he doesn't pick up a Soul Bloom soon. It's not looking too good. However, it is looking pretty good for XCG right now, sitting on 7 eliminations. But while this was all happening, actually, Darby, JDG has now been fully eliminated. They were sitting on 8, but they're fully eliminated now, unfortunately, so not able to get those points maximized with the placement multiplier, unfortunately. DRG, they need to make something happen for their Kurumi. They're closing in on XCG. Oh no! The Wisp coming through from Jing! WFZ taking so much damage there.
That was insane.
That was close. They need something. They need something here. They need to solve it.
Even with the amount of timing, they still were able to successfully get out of that, though. At least because, you know, he had his full team with them. So far, WFC has been caught in some really rough situations by himself. where there really wasn't much for him to really do, but just kind of hide. Sadly, with this one here, they have 40 seconds left. Doesn't look like DRG is really going to try to get an elimination here, which is kind of surprising though, because you would think like, you know, once you're in that 2-minute mark, there's really nothing that's really going to stop you. Like, it really is time for you to just absolutely push in on a team, capture somebody out. It looks like Wool might be able to find at least somebody here. Oh, here comes the third party coming in from one of the players. Oh, it looks like, yep, the rest of Wolves has got to be able to fight this out here. They have 17 seconds left on the clock, not leaving themselves much time
they
here
have to dip.
To really give them, but they don't want to give the free. See, this is the thing. I don't understand that. Why commit to the fight if you're not? I get that now you don't want to give those points away to a new team, but this is why you push early. I don't understand why they don't let that happen ahead of time.
So the thing is here, they tried to go for that fight with Bowder, but they just weren't able to close it out. But I think the reason why he immediately grapples out here is because he knows they're not going to be able to take that fight. He knows he's not going to be able to get that kill, and he has 11,000 on his body. 11,000 Darktide coins. So I think the plan was for him to try and get to somewhere safe so that when he does die, he doesn't give over a point. His team, like an enemy team, isn't able to pick up that money and prevent them from buying the rebirth charm. And DRG, you can see WFZ going into the shop there, trying to pick it up. He's trying to get it here, but this team is just preventing him from going shopping. XCG, I think they know what they're trying to do here. I think they know what's happening. There is a rebirth charm there, though. XCG, NiHQ, circling right next to the rebirth charm that's just lying on the floor off of the spirit well being popped there. It might be able to find it. It might be able to pick it up here. DRG in a bit of a bad spot. They need... Wait, did they? No, they didn't buy it. So they haven't got one yet. They haven't got one yet. They need to find it. They need to get this rebirth charm if they have a chance. But every team in the vicinity is just locking them down. JL coming in, looking for a little bit of action. WF said losing all of his armor. It's not looking too good for them. There is another shop here though. But if there is one in the shop, they might be able to purchase it here. Are they going to be able to get it? No. Wait, no, they did. But it only cost them 7K. Oh, damn. Okay, there it is. There we are. Saved. We're back, boys. We're back. But the chaos is about to ensue here, Darby. Who's taking this spirit well, big dog?
To try to see if maybe they could find it here. It looks like even with that amount of timing here, it looks like Triple V trying to see if maybe he can capture a nice little bit of a strike towards it here. Trying to put that together as well here. And then trying to see if maybe we can work towards that as Triple V. Trying to see if we can find here. A lot happening around this bin as JL decides they want to maybe back off this. KLA looks like they want to decide to get into this as well. But Triple V deciding not to here. It looks like they're all trying to find a decent amount of space here. There's so much happening on top here. One of them actually gets destroyed. That's going to be One Fang. One Fang trying to see if he can capture a nice little bit of retrieve. But the healers is able to do a lot to keep the game alive and hold on to it. Looks like they're trying to see if they can figure that out towards it. Triple V by himself here gave himself a little bit more time to go for the repairs. Taking the time to really figure out the rotations here, but there is a lot going on with a lot of these players. There's so much happening, but luckily, at least for this circle, there's a lot of space. Unlike the last one. I feel like the last one, there was a lot of open vulnerability with a lot of these players. And now it's not as bad as it was. Now there's a little bit more of a free space for certain people to do exactly what they need to. And I feel like the closer we are, there's still going to be a lot of space for people to really be able to maintain with what they've had so far, trying to keep the game alive. I think with this one here, so far, these games have been really, really strong for certain players and really very, very minimal for others. Regardless, I'm going to be very honest here. Like I said, when it came to game 2, I didn't really have too much of an observant type of strike to it, as Triple JL is just going to try to see if he can find one, but he ends up getting caught inside the stun here from the outskirts, ends up getting stuck. Oh, he almost misses out on the stun, gets juggled, and Triple V by himself is out of that game here. Meanwhile, KLA decides they need to back out of this game for that one. KLA, decent space to keep it alive as they're going to start to scatter slightly. I'm looking at JL, and I'm looking at, I'm going to be honest, I'm as weird as it is, I'm looking at KLA. KLA is like kind of this sleeper team that I feel like you know, they've really been able to ransack a lot of different things here, but JL has just been so consistent. Like I said, this is last year's trio team winner. These guys are veterans in the game. They know what to do. They've been around this place for a long time here. One Fang trying to hold it. Beautiful parry to hold it. And the stun is able to stop One Fang in his tracks. The heal's coming through. And so does a lot of explosions from every which way. Barely giving One Fang an opportunity to maybe hold it tight, as he ends up getting eliminated out of that game here. But I think KLA, it's going to be interesting to see. And it looks like, ooh, just like that, gets the finish here. The XRZ trying to keep it alive. Trying to figure out the next ones here.
Looks like Wolves is in a good position to prevent them from getting this reset. I don't think they're going to be allowed to do so just yet. WBG also very close by. It looks as though CXZ has managed to full heal this golden armor that he's picked up off of that kill onto JL. And JL fully eliminated, unfortunately. They are going to be out of this game yet again with only 3 eliminations. Not looking too good for them. They did have an explosive start to the day, but they haven't managed to continue with that momentum. Unfortunately, JJH looking very strong right now. 8 eliminations under their belt, in a very solid position as well. Having that high ground with those cannons, able to rain fire down on the enemies in the vicinity. TE just holding their ground here. XCG on the other side of the wall, trying to stay as close to it as possible so they don't take any zone damage. But now we have the Spirit Well popping up on the other side. Is one of these teams going to look to try and secure that for themselves? TE Han trying to get up into an advantage point. Now forced to use that Tianhai ultimate. We're going to look for some of these grabs. I don't think that this is the best terrain for him.
Not many open vulnerabilities here. I don't think there's a lot of people that's truly open. I don't think really anybody is...
a struggle.
Yeah, he's really struggling to try to see if he can get some free grabs here.
He's just a huge target as well.
He's taking a lot of damage as well here.
Exactly.
I mean, mind you, he still has time here. The circle is slowly closing in, but you know, he definitely does have that that timing here to do exactly what he needs to. He doesn't have to force. Might have popped that maybe slightly too early here. They will have to rotate this in. Circle's taking its sweet time here as TE is just slowly losing their ground and losing their space that they're gonna have to force to move, knowing the circle is gonna close in with the ticks little by little here. And it looks like here comes that Bane's Breath here, just putting in so much time with the Flames absolutely as well, forcing the Wushin to be able to pull out their team
Wolves
as much as possible here. Wolves trying to hold us together here, but they capture another set of eliminations here, taking themselves to the top of the leaderboard here. 6 eliminations at a 35.9, really strong. Meanwhile, JJH pops open that ulti, slows down some of that movement from some of the other teams, forcing the other ones to stay outside of it. It looks like XCG is trying to see if maybe they can get out of it, but it looks like Tronin is just absolutely drilled. Oh, Jing actually is stealing the elimination away as XCG put in a lot of damage towards that here, and it looks like Wolves is forced to getting pushed out from XCG from outside that section. What? Oh! Balgile ends up getting an elimination from Naya HQ, literally as a drive-by. It wasn't even necessarily focused on him. That could have just been just from anywhere else, realistically, and he was able to find it and get that finish. Bout as Yaron able to really put that one together here and tries to time it more and more and more here. Look at that. The absolute flames coming in from the Bane, just making it a little bit easier for everybody else here. ZK just trying to rotate this in, catches one on inside of the corner here. Syl just ends up getting destroyed for a split second here, but is able to stay alive towards this. Now here comes Godly. This is the timing in terms of what was the better.
Oh, the grabs.
Oh, it's the second. Beautiful slam. It's not enough though. He's gonna have to do the regrab, and then sadly he's able to miss both, which is unfortunate. But he ends up finding one. Actually, never mind. He finds two. He gets the slam, and he gets a double. Beautiful grab off the first one. He catches the second one. He catches the one. Kenny captures the two. Peak is able to at least get some damage on him. Beautiful slam. Godly's able to capture at least another one. He captures another double, and that's how you do it for the Monk within itself. Beautiful slams towards this one, though. Wolves able to hold it just a little while longer here. JJH playing this so well here. They have the ulti. The Monk able to put in so much damage towards this final fight here. Wolves by himself. I'm telling you, if it's Zem yet again, no, this time it is Zem.
It is. It is. It's
Zem alive towards the end of this game. Can he keep him into second place? He does. Zem
he gets another kill.
Game number 3 and keeps the game alive for Wolves. This is what I'm talking about. He does it again. What is going on?
Wolves.
Unbelievable finish.
So
WBG,
impressive.
actually, I take it back. WBG is able to hold strong just for a little while longer. He gets eliminated, but it doesn't matter though. JJH comes out victorious into that game. Zem holds on again for Team Wolves. The lone wolf